Hey everybody, welcome to Diva Dad Season 2, Episode 1, Fresh Start. I'm Dana Martin.
I'm Mike Kilgore.
That's Rodney Bettis, and I'm Adrienne Dobson.
Uh, yeah. Stupid internet. I hate the internet.
We're
I'm
off to
done.
a spectacular start.
Fantastic start.
I want to address something really quick. So, Mike, well, I guess everyone just saw, we have a brand new intro.
Yes, we do.
Theme song, thanks to Tyler and Brandon, but we have a brand new intro. We all filmed our own little moments. Mike, what were the instructions you were given for how to film your intro?
Send it now. We need this before tomorrow, is all I read.
Okay, good note. What were the actual instructions?
Landscape, 6 seconds, and upload in the drive.
And what did you do?
7 seconds, non-landscaped, and sent through Messenger.
And my question to you is, do you actually listen?
I do, but my brain is just like over there, and yeah.
That's different from Dana, because Dana listens, just doesn't really hear, or maybe he hears but doesn't listen.
Concussion.
And I don't know that you're always listening, Mike. You're there. You're always there. I just don't know if you always get the message. But yeah, nice job, dudes. It looks great. It looks really, really great. How was everyone's
Thank
week?
you.
My week was great. That's an exaggeration. I've had power issues in my office, knowing that we have a show to do tonight, and having power issues literally an hour and a half before the show. Let's just hope that we keep pressing on and pressing forward.
Hey, Dana, are we recording?
I literally just clicked it.
Oh my gosh.
That's it. Ronnie's done. He's like, nope, no more. I'm done. I'm done with you.
That's okay. We've got the YouTube intro. Everything's fine. Mike, how was your week?
Oh, it was great. Great. Getting ready for rain on me. I can't wait. I know you're going to probably talk more about it, but oh my goodness. It's amazing. Can't wait.
Yeah.
How was your week?
Busy. Really busy. I think we're done filming. We're done filming. Except for one number that we are working on with Madeline McLevis Shoes, but she's now home visiting her grandmother. So we're going to film that when she gets back. But other than that, welcome back. Other than that, we're actually done filming. Oh no, I take that back. There's one other number that we're doing remotely. So I'm just waiting on a handful of people to send me their parts for the group number. But other than that, we're doing great. So this week was all editing. That's why I got some great bloopers for our commercial, because I was able to find a lot of good little moments. Tickets are available at theatercompany.com/tickets. In case it's not clear, this is a virtual event. Thanks to Rodney. I can't remember who said, oh no, Brandon Kempf. Brandon's parents were like, hey, it's not actually clear that this is not a live event. And so, yeah, we did fix that really quick. It is a virtual event, and it is also a ticketed event. So you do have to buy a ticket in order to see the show. And I promise you, it is not to be missed. It's going to be fantastic. Fantastic. Anything else going on with you guys?
Rodney?
What's going on? Tonight is, just a continuation of the craziness of technology that I've been dealing with at school. But as far as anything going on, that's not really like anything new. But it's going on.
Well,
So it seems like a time for a cocktail. Y'all ready?
yeah, while you're getting ready, can I do
Yeah.
some quick theater news?
Yeah, bring it on.
For a drink. So Broadway officially announced that initially they thought maybe January, and they hadn't even officially announced that delay was going to be even longer. So they're not opening until at least summer of 2021, and there's a couple of shows that aren't even coming back to the fall. So it's a real bummer. So we're sending love to Susan Kepich. Her show is officially not coming back until November of 2021. So yeah, it's tough out there for the actors. Casey Gilbert is at home filming auditions against her bedroom wall. Yeah, it's tough life for Broadway out there.
And Susan is
all right.
still working with Death of a Salesman?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Kill
How
a
did you
Mockingbird. Sorry. Sorry.
take a nap today?
What?
No. Did you take a nap today?
Like a tiny one, and Charlotte asked me a question, and I came out of it, and it wasn't enough.
Time for a drink. Time for a drink. To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm going to tattoo it on your face.
Kill a Mockingbird.
It looks like you're already
It's,
almost done with your
You
drink,
know,
Rodney.
the pregame. The pregame drinking probably needs to, I don't know, maybe take a little break, like work in a Bang or I don't know, Red Bull or something rather than, a depressant.
Topo Chico.
All right, so I don't know if you guys saw me there, but I put in an egg white, and this time I still got the egg yolk in my little trash thing. So tonight we're going to be making a lusty lady, because she's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady. So it's an eggy cocktail. It's going to have what? What are you laughing at?
So funny.
I have a knife. Oh, yeah, I don't believe that. You're gonna need a lemon or a lime. I have lemons, so that's what I'm using. I got a new squeezer.
Is that
Ordered
the
it
technical
on.
term?
I think maybe juicer. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna put the juice of half of a lemon. Picket's very interested in this. Into my one egg yolk. I'm going to add. I made this.
Egg white.
Yeah, white. Sorry.
Pick it.
Picket's like, "What's up? What you doing?" So I've got grenadine here, and I'm going to add half a shot of grenadine. It also calls for half a shot of simple syrup, but I tried this last night and it was really sweet. So I'm going to just stick with the grenadine. Then I'm going to need 2 shots of gin. I like to call it my this is my platinum vodka. Yeah. Gin 1, 2.
Y'all see the name of Linda's bar? Tequila Mockingbird.
Tequila Mockingbird.
Tequila Mockingbird.
Good, Linda.
I got some orange bitters. A couple dashes of that. And then, of course, we're going to add the ice to a cocktail shaker. And shake it till it's like sticking to your hand. So I'm going to be shaking for a while. Because it's got to be cold and frothy. It's the whole goal.
Carry on.
Telling you, Ramos Gin Fizz, Rodney.
Ramos Gin Fizz.
Yep, this section will take you like 10 minutes. So, just saying.
That's for the.
Hey, we're getting close.
Oh my god.
There he goes.
Rodney, are you at my house?
No.
Are y'all
Oh,
nervous
well.
about Reiley coming on today?
Why would
I don't know.
I'm a little
can't hear
nervous
you.
about it. Yeah.
you must talk louder? What are you nervous about?
I'm asking if y'all are nervous.
No?
No?
Nervous
Yeah.
about what?
Reiley coming on the show.
Oh, no. She's great.
That looks good.
Mmm.
You didn't pour the whole egg in there this time, did you?
It's a lusty lady.
Yeah, because that was quite.
I know I didn't. I was so much better. But I did bring another. I brought a trash bowl in case it happened, and another egg in case it happened.
Nice.
So, but
Always
it
be
seems like
prepared.
I'm gonna have the same problem with that I had last time I tried to use these cherries.
Kids, do
Which
not
was,
try that at home.
Well, yeah, I am like a quasi-professional bartender. But all of them use their fingers, right, to get their cherries out. All right.
Wow.
So there you have a lusty lady.
How is it?
I think it would be better with whiskey.
All right.
That does not surprise me.
I want one.
Everything's
All right.
better with whiskey.
All right, Dana.
All righty then. We have our
What's up,
Roger
Jim?
Pine breakdown for this evening. He will be looking at the wonderful show Gypsy.
Do you know Gypsy?
I don't know Gypsy, so I'm looking forward to this.
I know a gypsy.
I come for your tears, Gypsy.
Perfect. Where is he? Here comes Gypsy.
Gypsy, I know, is about a burlesque, or I hope I'm right about this, otherwise I'm way off, but I'm pretty sure it's about a burlesque artist. The only burlesque artist from history that I know about is Sally Rand from like the early 20th century. So I'm guessing it's about her, but maybe there's another burlesque. I'm sure there were others who were noteworthy between then and now. But that's about all I know about it. It's like the life story, I think maybe even true story, about someone who is a burlesque artist. That's Gypsy.
Okay, so is it about a burlesque artist?
And it's based on a true story of Gypsy Rose Lee, who was the daughter of Rose. So if you've ever heard the term Mama Rose, she's the ultimate stage mom. Rose had two daughters, one who was like a natural performer, and then the other daughter who wasn't. There's a number in the show where the kind of lesser talented daughter, the only line she has is moo 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 moo, and she's the cow. What's wrong, Dana?
Go ahead. What's the plot?
I'm getting there.
That's why I said go ahead. I was holding my question.
What's your question?
That was
Oh my
my
God.
question, the plot. So tell me the plot.
Diva,
Okay, so anyways, one of my favorite lines on the show is just the younger daughter just saying moo 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 because she's not allowed to do anything until the older talented daughter decides she's done with having to do everything her mom tells her to, and she quits. And so mom has to focus on the other daughter and makes her into a star, even though she really doesn't want to. And her first place to perform is, unbeknownst to them, a burlesque bar. And so she eventually becomes a very famous burlesque performer, but the mom was always trying to live through her daughters. So she was really just wanting the glory for herself. It's a great show. It's iconically played by Bernadette Peters, by Ethel Merman, by Patti LuPone. During the Patti LuPone version, yes, is this enthusiasm, or are you just like, oh,
I love Bernadette Peters. She's so talented.
Patti LuPone is the time when she stopped the show to yell at the audience is because someone was filming her and it was in the middle of this really big scene and she stopped. Y'all need to look it up because she screams at them and just, who do you think you are? And completely berates them, stops the show. Iconic moment. Love that woman. Yeah, Gypsy. Y'all should see it. We did it. It was good. Ooh, yo, Randy actually.
What songs will I know from Gypsy?
Everything's coming up roses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll know. Let
Okay.
me entertain you. Let me make you smile. So that's the song that the little kids sing in the beginning, but then it's the song that the burlesque dancer sings when she's like taking her clothes off. Also, have you ever heard "Gotta Get a Gimmick"? It's the song that all the like rusty old like strippers teach. They're teaching Gypsy Rose Lee how to like, hey, you can't just like look pretty. You got to have like a thing, right? And so it's a really funny number. Gigi, the last time we did it, played, oh my gosh, is it Tessitura? Where her gimmick is that she takes off her clothes, but also plays the trumpet. And Gigi played the trumpet too. It was amazing. It was amazing. But yeah, there's so random detour, our Facebook group, TTC Backstage. During the time of Randy, he took social media very seriously. And if someone ticked him off, either in rehearsal or whatever, he would kick people out of that group and ban them. There's a couple of people who are banned basically from the time of Gypsy because they came to see it because they knew a lot of people in it and didn't realize it's about a stripper. And they were just very offended that we would have that content on our stage, and posted a really long diatribe on Facebook. And Rady said, fine, don't come back. And there's a lot of people that when I took over the Facebook group, I let back in because I was like, yeah, they were fine. They just had a little tip. But then there's a few people where I'm like, nope, you have to stay gone. Otherwise he's going to haunt me. So.
Can I bring up something? I saw Bernadette Peters on a show last night. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist on Peacock. If you haven't seen this, if you like song and dance, it is so fun. And it's very good plot and story and heartfelt and all these things. It's an amazing show. And Bernadette Peters was on last night on the the last episode. It was really good. So
she's fabulous.
Yeah.
Mike, do you want to tell us about what's coming next?
Yes, actually, we have a special guest for our first episode of season 2. This happens to be someone we all know and love. It is our Mamma Mia daughter, Reiley Mae McMahon.
yeah, well, I'm slow because I had to scratch my head. Was on last night. Oh, I hear an echo.
No. Oh, echo.
Oh,
We told-
wait.
We told one instruction.
I know.
I mean,
literally-
in defense of Mike, he had 3. But
Okay, in my defense.
hello, Reiley Mae. How are you
So,
doing?
no introduction into when I was gonna be let in from the waiting room. It just happened. So
That's true.
Okay.
I gave her a 2-minute warning, and then it was more like 1 minute.
That's
Mike,
all
you
right.
were.
I said get ready 2 minutes ago, but that's okay. We're good.
Yeah, but she knew.
not
Riley,
discussing this.
how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm good.
You
You
look
look
beautiful.
What is this purple wall? This is gorgeous. I love it.
Well, it's actually not purple. It's gray. I think just the lighting from my ring light, because I wanted to be a diva like Dana.
Oh.
A ring light. So I think it's just the way that the coloring is showing up. But a purple wall would be great. I'll have to talk to my landlords about it.
You're glowing. You're glowing. You look
Thank
beautiful.
you.
So tell us a little bit about your pandemic life. How have you been since Little Shop?
Since Little Shop, my bank account has not been very happy with me because I have a very, very serious impulse buying problem. So constantly getting packages at my house.
What's your worst one? What's the most ridiculous thing that you've bought along the way?
The worst one?
Dads, do y'all have any just dumb pandemic purchases?
I buy a lot of anime merch. So I have a lot of little knickknacks, and I have some like candles that are scented after like my favorite characters and stuff. So
Wait, how do you know how your
Those are my
favorite
favorite.
characters smell?
It's how they make
you know what? You just kind of take a gander. And you're just like, they'd probably smell like this, maybe.
What
That
what
doesn't
sort of
make any sense.
Yeah.
what sort of animals, Reiley?
No, not animals. Anime. Animes. Anime is a Japanese style of animation. So it's me. It's like, how do I explain this to you? Like,
It's gonna be a long show.
So, Reilly, we can save that for Dear Young Person because
you
we're
know
just
what? Yeah, I think that might be best. I think it's just gonna keep going straight over Mike's head, honestly.
Yeah.
Dads, do y'all have any really stupid pandemic purchases?
Oh my God, yes. I have this big, huge ring light.
Put me down for that one too. Put me down
Okay,
for that
we
one.
just talked about it, but one of my pandemic purchases that is actually quite useful for tonight is my ice maker, which is also a wine chiller. So
I love that.
thank you, TikTok.
Yes.
I have a problem with the Wish app.
Mm.
Isn't that kind
And Yeah, it's shady. Yeah,
It's a hit
yeah.
or miss every time.
Yeah, and you can wait like 6 months for something, and all of a sudden it's like Christmas because something just magically appears on your front porch.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so cool. So I really got into this sticker. I ordered. I have a ridiculous amount of stickers from Wish, and just a couple of days ago, I ordered this whole like microphone setup for like $30. It may be complete crap, but you know, it's something. And I also got a bunch of like posters, like vintage movie posters of movies that really aren't that vintage. But anyway, we'll see. They might make the wall, or they might make the trash bin. Who knows? We'll see. They were like $2.
The only other person I know that is ordered from the Wish app is Keith Owen.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, I think there was a time during the pandemic where I tried to order like a shoe organizer, and whenever I tried to purchase it, it kept asking for a picture of my license, and I said no, and then I deleted the app.
I try and give all of my information to China, like all of it. So TikTok, Wish, whatever.
Do they really
can
ask
have
for your
it.
license when you buy something?
They
No,
asked for
not-
mine, and I said no, thank you.
They didn't ask for mine, but
Must
it's all
have been-
good.
Yeah. What's up, Caden?
Hi, Caden. They're saying
All
hi.
right, Reiley, you ready? You ready for us to grill you just like a little bit?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, we'll start off with something easy.
Okay.
Cynthia Bradford wants to know which of the dads did you get your good looks from, or was it maybe from your mama?
It was all from my mom.
It was totally me.
It was definitely all from the mom.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Perfect.
I maybe have like Mike's like charming stare sometimes.
How is that even possible?
I definitely have Dana's inability to work with technology.
Don't you work in IT?
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
Riley, man.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're
Wait,
not.
wait, hold on.
Burn.
Don't you work in IT?
I do work in IT, yes. Which is funny because Dana also works in IT. So you'd think it'd be a little better, but it's not. But it's not.
Amazing.
Very illuminating.
Mm-hmm.
What about Rodney?
Rodney, I get
Nothing
Rodney's.
from me.
I got his sense of humor for sure,
And his dancing skills.
and his dancing
Yeah.
skills. Dancing skills. Rodney and I will sweep the floor with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't disagree. I get that. Oh, we're getting like, why didn't you do the Diva burn, Dana? It's because it was against me.
Diva.
Yeah. Mhm.
See, I'm telling you, he's not counting.
No,
There.
Does it-
I do. I catch it all on the podcast version. Don't you worry.
Mm.
Don't you worry.
Well, I just shared the video for Videoland, so go ahead.
What?
Nothing. Just,
Oh,
all
just
right.
go.
Remind me to tell y'all later about a story with Dana and technology that I learned.
Please.
Oh,
please
no.
Tell me.
All right. So David Manuel wants to know if you can narrow it down. What's one or two of your favorite memories from Mamma Mia?
Oh, from Mamma Mia. I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to say.
Oh.
My favorite moments was one of my favorite moments was obviously the men coming out and parading me with their scuba flippers. That was literally always it always cracked me up. So that was always a joy. And another memory was getting ready with Cynthia at the very end. Slipping through my fingers always made me cry on stage because she's just so sweet and like tender-hearted, and just imagining being able to like have my mom like get me ready for my wedding day someday and everything just really touches my heart. And my beautiful bridesmaids, Hannah Hildebrandt and Maddie Sakala, they would always make sure that at the very end, whenever I'd walk down the aisle, right before we'd all be hanging in the side wings, and they'd make sure my flower crown was all nice and set. They'd make sure my dress was zipped up, all that stuff. So just like I really genuinely appreciated the little moments like those a lot more. Not that I didn't appreciate every single moment that I was out there, but just those little moments where people were, making those small connections with me, or like we got to spend just small intimate moments together were really, really some of my favorites. I cherish them so much. Yeah.
Dana.
Those were good ones.
Real quick, so Mia Jackson is yelling at you, "I love you, Reiley," and Kaya. I'm gonna butcher it, but just know that Kaya is in here, and just poor Mike, the roast. She's totally people we don't know, but clearly you do, and they are loving what you're doing to us.
Yeah,
so,
I love you, Kaya. I love you, Sugar. I love you. I love you.
So, what would your dream role be if
Ooh.
you could have any role, even if it's something that you would have to age to get to, or you've aged out of, like any role ever, your favorite role that you would love to play?
Ever.
Ever.
Ever. That's a tough one. I've always, yeah, I I have always been captivated by Christina Daae in Phantom of the Opera, and I know that I need some serious vocal training to get to those high notes that she hits. But literally every single time I watch Phantom, I'm just entranced by it, and I would love the opportunity someday to just be able to captivate people like her role does. I think that would be incredible. I also, a role that I hold dear to my heart, because it's the one that really started my passion for musical theater, is to play Belle in Beauty and the Beast. That was the very first show that I ever saw as a child. That was a musical performance, and I just remember being like so in love with what they were doing on stage, and I was like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. And so if I could ever get the chance to play Belle, I know that I do play Belle sometimes with my little princess party thing, which is a lot of fun, but to be able to do it in the show and everything like that would be incredible. And I'm so lucky that I got to be a part of Beauty and the Beast as my first show at TTC. I think it was literally like fate being like, hey, this is what got you into theater. This is what should get you back into theater and introduce you to these lovely people that I just love so much. So yeah, so those two, I think.
So have you, follow up to that, have you gotten a chance to do much of the princess stuff since COVID?
I have not. I have missed it a lot. The lovely owner, Sarah, and Molly runs the like College Station area, because we've expanded. And so Sarah runs the Austin area for parties, and Molly runs the area for College Station, and Brian and all of that. They've been really working so hard, and they've been keeping it up. They do a lot of very similar to this. They'll do princess phone calls. So you'll be able to have like a one-on-one with the princess and have all that fun time and get that, connection through the screen. They've also done a few very, very small like gatherings where they'll go to like stores and things like that, and you can like, say hi, all that. So they've been keeping up, but sadly I've not been able to do anything, but I do miss it a lot. So
do you guys got an aerial?
We
Dana, don't be creepy.
Oh my gosh, come on.
I'm not being creepy.
We do have an aerial, and I'm making sure that she stays very, very far away from you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Reiley. Appreciate that.
Give them the heads up if they get any like last name Martin. Say, oh, I'm sorry, she's not available.
Don't want it. Don't go.
I do.
By the way, I'm really happy of all the people that you invited to watch the show, including your mom, who just gave us a new nickname that I was unaware of Mugsy.
Oh, that is my nickname. Yeah.
Can you unpack that a little? Where did that name come from?
So Mugsy is the nickname that my wonderful grandma would call my mom. And so my mom passed it down to me after my grandma passed away. And so it's just always been like one of those nicknames that my mom has always called me. It's very, very sweet. I do love it a lot, Mugsy. I don't know like where it came. I don't think she's ever really explained to me where Mugsy came from. But I do. It's very nice. So if you guys ever want to call me Mugsy, you're more than welcome to.
It's on.
Only
100%.
my mother calls me it. But
I need the information to that princess thing, because Ryder loves him some Frozen.
Yes.
It's already in the sneak peek, so I feel like people know that Lauren Moore's coming back. She's doing Let It Go in Rain on Me.
Yeah.
And I've shown that video to Ryder like 4 times, and even today we were driving back to his house, and he says, "Can we watch Elsa's thing?" And it's Lauren. Like, it's not the movie. It's
Right,
Lauren.
it's Lauren. No, I do the same thing though. I just watch Lauren sing for sure, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Also show up at his birthday in a couple of months. Oh no, in like a month. That would score me some points.
Yeah, I'll
Alright.
definitely pass Elsa's number along to you for sure. We hang out a lot. She's great. She's great.
No, Dana, not for you.
No, you're not invited.
Nope.
Can't sit with us.
You can't sit with us. Stop trying to make Dutch happen.
Seat
It's
taken.
not going to happen.
All right, Reiley. So this question, don't know who it's from, but they want to know, what was your first impression of us three, your dads?
Oh,
Because all three of them.
like collectively or
Um,
individually?
Individually.
Individually.
Oh, I met you all at very separate times.
Oh, wait, hold on. Ask the dads. Dads, when did you first meet Mugsy?
Yes. When did you meet Mugsy? When did she come into your life?
Mike.
He's not gonna remember.
No, he's thinking real hard.
Mhm.
Oh.
I want to say Fiddler on the Roof, but
Was not in Fiddler on the Roof. I'm You really
pretty sure
shot
it's
in the
Mamma
dark,
Mia.
and you missed for
I'm
sure.
pretty
You say it was Mamma Mia?
Did you really just say that?
Okay, hold on. Dana, when did you meet Reiley?
My Fair Lady.
Mm.
Rodney?
That's when I met her too.
My Fair Lady.
She was just the cutest little Cockney flower girl that you
I
ever
was.
did see.
I really
She
was.
she sold me a flower on the street. Oh my Lord, how did I forget
She
that?
I am taken aback. I am aghast. I cherished that moment with you on stage, Mike. Every single
did.
time.
Loved it. I loved
did.
it.
Loved it. Said, how am I going to sell Mike this flower tonight? I don't know. Let's wing it.
No,
Oh.
now.
And he doesn't even remember. The audacity.
I remember, was it, I don't know if it was dress rehearsal or one of the shows, I actually dropped the penny or the little coin. I don't remember if it dropped somewhere.
It was a
Well,
performance.
yes, free.
I'm pretty sure it was a performance because she kind of yelled at you, "Where's my money?"
The show
True
was-
actress right there. She played it off completely. So,
So, Reilly, what was your first impression of each of the dads as you got to know them in My Fair Lady?
In My Fair Lady. Yeah, I did meet all of you in My Fair Lady. Rodney, very funny. Just, I cherish the moments where he would be on the street and like leaning up against the lamppost and stuff, or like all of that. The very common factor with all of them is I wanted to be their friends. Like, number one priority was being their friends no matter what. So
And got to know them.
in getting to know them, exactly. So Rodney, was like his sense of humor on stage. You're very, very good at capturing your character's background on stage, no matter what role you're in or anything like that. You carry yourself very, very well, and that shows. And that's definitely what drew me to you. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to take notes. Like, let me just write this on my hand real quick.
Easy. Don't give him a
Yeah.
big head. Hey, it's
Oh my gosh, stop getting jealous. It's okay.
Oh, come on.
Now. With
Diva
Dana, we would share we would share very nice moments backstage before we were about to go on for, was it the horse race part? Is that the part that we were?
Ask it. Give up.
I'm asking Dana.
He doesn't remember
Oh,
either.
no, it was, yes, it was Ask It. Yes, because we all came down. Yes.
Right. Okay. So those moments we would just chill, and Dana and I both would just sit and listen to Camilla's voice, and we would just be leaning up against the wall, and I'd be holding my little umbrella and like trying to keep it away from like opening it in Dana's face, and we'd both just be like, oh my gosh, her voice is just so lovely and so beautiful and all of that. And so that's how we bonded. And then we got to know each other more, and we bonded over family and life and everything like that. So that was really fun. My first impression of Dana, I was like, he's definitely a big cuddly bear. I definitely know he is. He may seem like he's very hard on the outside. But no, I know you are. I know you are. You can shake your head all you want.
He's a
proven fact. So
he's afraid of clowns.
Well, I will say, so in those backstage moments, you would sing Camilla's part at times, and it wasn't like you're not Camilla, you're your own voice, and I was like, oh my god, like I want to do some music with this person. And so we created this whole like Whiskey Herd band and everything, and it's just her and I, and we have yet to do anything with it, but we have a website, so that's something.
We have a website.
Yeah, so
Cart. There's a cart and there's a horse. Got the cart before the horse.
Precisely. So
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, and just I was equally impressed with your voice as well.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, well, I was Camilla's understudy for My Fair Lady, Miss Eliza, and I remember just every single moment that I would be backstage just listening to her. In my mind, I was like, she is the most perfect choice for Eliza. But I remember during that, she started to get like a little cold or something. She was getting like her throat was hurting a lot. And it was at that point that I was like, all right, Reiley, you may need to go on stage and you might need to know the words. So you should probably pick that back up real quick. Because at the beginning, when the cast list first got posted, I was reading the script and everything all the time. I was reading the song lyrics, but seeing Camilla just take it and like make it her own, and she was running with it and she was doing amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not sweating this at all. And then she started to get a little sick, and I was like, I'm sweating this a lot. But no, so those backstage moments with Dana, it was half me being like, oh my gosh, I love this song. Let me just like sing a little bit of it quietly so that the audience can enjoy Camilla's voice. And half of it was like, let me make sure that I know the words. Okay, next week, that has to be me. Yeah. And then for Mike, Mike's first impression, I'm going to be real with you.
Oh.
Did you forget he was in My Fair Lady too? Because I always block him out.
Oh no, I remembered. I had the biggest crush on Mike, as everyone does, because Mike is so charming. And
oh Lord,
I just remember going around with like Haley Zavodny and like Hannah Shadanian and being like, oh my gosh, did you see Mike in the suit? Oh my gosh, did you see him on stage? And like all that stuff, just so giddy. And then you turned out to be this old soft cuddly bear, and you are, and you're still, don't worry, like it's still there, you still got it, don't worry. Yeah, so then we were in, what was after that we were in together? Rocky, or what was it?
I'm just laughing at Rodney.
Oh, okay. I think we were in Mamma Mia together after that, and I was like, oh, well, this is strange. How peculiar for me to find myself here with you as my father. And then we were in Rocky Horror, and Adrian was like, oh yeah, Reiley, you're gonna be like placed next to Mike during this part. And I was like, I am running with this baton. This is my chance. I am not your daughter in this show, don't worry. I'm a loose phantom. Those are all my impressions. Why are you shaking your head? It's true. We were all thinking it. Don't do that.
All right. Moving on. Gosh. All right.
Rodney, I'm sorry. I love you, and I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're just tired of hearing about Mike. All right.
Mike, is it time for you to leave yet?
His internet's about to drop out of me.
No, your internet tonight.
no, this is like a mic drop. Like he's like, okay, good, I'm done. Bye, y'all.
All right, this question for Reiley is, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Ooh, what do I want to be when I grow up? My biggest dream has always been to be a performer. So I know that COVID has kind of put a damper on the whole performing, especially in musical theater and everything, put a damper on that. but my biggest dream has always to have been a performer. And so I would love nothing more than to keep on chasing that dream and to be able to be in a place. It does not matter what time in my life it happens. Obviously, if it happens relatively soon, I would love that. But if it's something that happens when, I'm a little older and more mature and more experienced and things like that, I would love that too. Just the chance to even be on stage once. Whether it's like on Broadway or off Broadway or anything like that. But to be able to say that that's what I do for a living would bring me the most amount of joy that I think I've ever experienced. So yeah, that's definitely what I would like to be when I grow up. Which is weird because I'm 23 and it's like,
girl,
kind of supposed to be grown up, but we're fine.
So what would your steps be, like pre-COVID? Like if COVID wasn't a thing, like what do you want to, like, how would you want to do it? Do you want to start here? You want to just go for it and move to somewhere like Houston?
So I did have a little bit of a plan pre-COVID. During Little Shop of Horrors, I was kind of putting into place a little plan where I wanted to get a vocal coach from Houston and start moving into the Houston scene, because Houston has a really big hub for the musical arts and musical theater in general and performing and all of that. So I would love to have been able to go there and start trying to get into shows there, whether it's, backstage, on stage, just like getting my foot in the door for them. I've also looked a lot at auditioning for like traveling shows. So Broadway shows that, go across the country and things like that. I've looked a lot at that. So that was a step in my plan as well. And then I, at some point, wanted to just take that leap and just move to New York City and just be like, you know what? If you love something, you should dedicate it all your time to that and like just go for it. And if I make it, then I make it. If I don't, then that's okay. Like I'm not going to lose my passion for it at all or anything like that. So that was kind of my plan, was to just inch my way into the Houston area or Dallas area, because Dallas has a lot of that as well. Either or. I'm kind of like, College Station is kind of a little closer to Houston, but it's still kind of in between both of them. So either would have worked for me. And then just trying to get into a show wherever I could. And if that was a traveling show that would take me across the country all the time, I would love that, because I love traveling and I want to see more than just Texas and Colorado. But other than that, yeah, that was my plan pre-COVID.
So speaking of that plan, it seems like at some point during one of the shows that we were in together, somebody was floating the idea out there that I think it was Kelsey and Maddie, and I think you were part of the group as well, that y'all had this plan that y'all were going to move to New York and you were going to get an apartment together and you were just going to like eat off of ramen and you were going to make it.
You're talking about a Glee plot.
No.
But it was a real thing.
What?
No, like am I lying?
No, it's very real. No, it's
okay.
real.
Okay, so and my like selfishness was like, no, y'all shouldn't do that. Y'all should stay here. Y'all should stay here so we can continue. But I mean, I'm trying to get over this. I'm trying to get over that people from in this community leave. Like it's hard for me as an old person. But is that true? Was that a plan that was in play before this all kind of went down?
Oh yeah. Definitely. It actually was. Maddie and Kelsey and I would send like apartment listings to each other. We would talk about, what kind of, are we willing to have the three of us in a, tiny loft, and just hope that the landlords never check on us, because it's supposed to be one person living there and not 3 or 4.
Three of y'all.
Yeah. We were, no, that was a plan. It still is a plan. I just know that for me, at least, it's kind of put on hold just because moving is so difficult and like finding a good place is very hard and everything. So But no, that definitely was a plan. And I, being a college student, I already live off of ramen. And so that was not a big sacrifice for me. I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely willing to eat for $1 every single day. Like, yeah, to do it. For sure.
What you gotta do, man. You
You
gotta
gotta
do
do.
it.
So I love this that we're encouraging like and saying, you know, bringing this up and talking about it. Whereas Rob, our director who made us who we are, all 3 and 4, was telling us not to quit our day job and don't pursue anything, just stay here.
No, wait. He told us that. He did not tell Reiley that.
Us. No, I'm talking us, not Reiley. No,
Those
yes.
words were never spoken to me.
Yes. Yes.
But to go back to what you were saying, Rodney, how it's hard for you to grasp people leaving, even though you are older than me, and that's how you feel. That's exactly how I feel as well. Why are you laughing? He is older than me. Do you want me to say he's the same age as me?
It's just funny.
Okay, but
I'm just glad
just
he got it, not me.
I relate to you on that because the family that I have found at TTC, it's even the idea of me being with Maddie and Kelsey, who are a part of that family, and I would have that part with me. The idea of moving away and everything from all of you guys was very, very difficult. And it still is very difficult because it's still a part of my plan and everything. But I know that we're not going to lose touch or anything like that. I know that we're still going to be extremely involved with the theater and try to come back for shows and all of that. So it's not like we're leaving. It's just like we're saying a little tiny see you later and catching the next flight whenever we can, you know?
Well, the beauty of like NYC is, I mean, we've had several guests from New York that have TTC connections, people that you've maybe met or been in shows with even. And I think that is one of the most incredible things that I've learned throughout the entire Diva Dads process is that there are people everywhere and there is this tight-knit community surrounding TTC. So even if you leave, you're not gone.
Really leave.
You never really leave.
Really
Yeah,
leave.
one of the people that I talk to most in my life is Kate Mitchell, and she's been in New York for like 6 years.
Yeah, but who's seen her in the last, 3 episodes? So, but anyways.
She's working on her Rain on Me number, and it's a Tuesday with Lindsay. They're doing a duet. And
that's going to be amazing.
It's really good. I've heard they recorded the vocals first, and then they're gonna act it out. And
Lord,
it's really great. I'm real excited for it.
Get your tickets now. thetheatercompany.com/tickets.
theatercompany.com/tickets.
Buy your tickets. It's not free.
Reiley May, you're in that show, aren't you?
I am. I dusted off my glass slippers for that.
Yeah.
Even
Dana
though I've
obviously
been
didn't look at the outline because we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
So I have a question for you. Moving along, we'll address that in a bit. Do you think Sophie and Sky are still married?
David, are we married? David, are we married?
I don't know. He just moved in with his girlfriend, so it's not looking good.
Not looking good for Sophie right now. Things are not looking good.
Side note, I don't know what he would have done without me because I'm pretty sure I lifted with him every single piece of furniture that the two of them owned. Like I was the brute force of that move.
That does not surprise me.
So other than like his cello and stuff, is there really a lot that he has?
It wasn't so much his. He had all the big furniture in the barn, but hers was significant, and she lived on the 3rd floor of her apartment, which
I love that.
I didn't know that when I agreed to help.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Should have been stated. It should have been.
Love y'all, David and Shay, but that was a journey.
That was a surprise.
We've talked about Mamma Mia quite a bit on the Diva Dad circuit because it is the dads and you. And one of the things that is not one of our questions to ask, but I'm going to ask it, is a follow-up to that. Like, what did you do for you inside to prepare for that role?
To prepare for being Sophie.
That's a huge role. So what did you do?
It is a very big role. Personally, I felt like I already had a very good connection with Sophie. Not because I had 3 possible fathers that were going to be showing up to my wedding, but just because I know the struggle of what it is to feel like your father is not present. A little real note. So I know what that feels like, to have that longing, to have someone be there and to support you and everything like that. And I do have now I do have my stepdad, who is amazing, and I love him very, very much, and I do consider him a father. But before he had come into my family's life, it was very difficult. And so I related to Sophie on that note, where it's just like, you just want someone to be able to be there in your life that you feel like you can lean on, and a father figure, because I do have my very strong mom, who supported me and who has been so incredible and everything. So I do have her support in that. But I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect when it comes to having a father figure and a mother figure. And lacking that in my own life was something that Sophie was going through as well. And so it was kind of easy for me to connect with her on that note. Other than that, I feel like Sophie and I were kind of on the same page. We were both very, very, very breezy people. We like to have fun. We like to just go out and be ourselves and everything like that. And so being myself on stage in that manner was very simple for me. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I think I didn't really struggle with it that much. Was I supposed to have?
No.
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 I mean, that's the beauty of that show was really competitive as far as auditions go.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a show where, when it came to the young people, lots of different things could have happened. But like you said, Sophie was very natural for you, because like you said, you're easy breezy, you're sunshine. Like you're a very shiny and just like a joyful person. So sometimes you watch the actor work towards the character, and then sometimes during auditions you see the character just find the actor.
Yeah.
And not speaking for Rob, but I do know that as auditions went along, he saw all these talented young women, because there's a lot of guys that are just amazing, and something happened, and I don't remember if it was a reading or a singing, where he just said, oh, okay, there she is. Like, it was a very natural thing, where it's not so much that you did something, it's that you just, it happened and the character found you.
That makes me really happy. Yeah, I definitely feel that way. I think that Mamma Mia was probably the single most audition process that I felt the most calm for. And I didn't know if that was me just being like in my head or out of my head or anything like that. But going through it, because usually during the audition process, I am full of nerves, and then callbacks happen and I'm full of more nerves. And then there's readings and I'm like, do I know how to read? Do I know how to do this? And I always feel like I have to try and fit myself into this one page or these sentences and everything like that. But with Sophie, going through the whole process, I literally was like, I have thought these thoughts, I have wondered these things, and I have felt these emotions that she is supposed to be conveying in this scene. So it was very, it felt very easy to me to do all of those things. And so I didn't know if I should be worried at the end of it, because leaving the theater and everything, I was like,
well, no matter what, all you can do is your best. It's not so much, because I mean, yes, people get stressed at auditions, but there's only so much you can do, and all you can do is control what you do. So you do your best, and it's not so much that if you do a certain thing that everything's going to work out. It's you do your best, and the roles will find you, and everything just has to fall into place, and you just have to do what you do.
Just gotta do what you do.
Do you feel like you could have done that show more than what we did it? Like another couple of weekends?
Yes. I definitely think I mean, if it was up to me, I would do it every weekend. All weekend.
The Dynamos all stated that, they
Right.
could have done it multiple more weekends. So
Yeah.
thought it was only fair to ask you that question as well.
I know. Even though it was like an end of the summer show, so the weekends that we did premiere, it didn't feel like enough time to me. I could have done it 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was a 3-weekend show too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
my
even
goodness.
then, I feel like there wasn't enough time. We couldn't have been given enough time for me to have been satisfied with all of us being on stage together.
It's nice when a show is intentionally celebratory.
Mhm.
That show is by definition a party.
Yeah.
It's a wedding and it's a reunion. So by default, there's so many celebratory moments. So you of course want to go back to it over and over and over again because you leave the stage every time. And then you guys got to end with a concert. Most
Yeah, but I had to wear like this jumpsuit.
Waterloo again? Oh man.
Who's
Yeah.
next?
Yeah.
I really feel bad for you, Dana. The next time you get costumed, it's gonna be bad for you. You keep ripping your costume.
I'm
and-
not
Ooh,
ripping. Like the costume was
They're
great.
coming for you, man. You were gonna be in spandex. It's gonna be
Nobody wants
clinging
to see that.
you. I know, but they're gonna make you do it because you just keep saying like, I don't want to wear my blue suit anymore. Oh, I had to put that thing on, and I mean, I didn't want to zip you up in that thing with your sweaty body either, but I did. So
Get
Poor-
Rodney the medal.
Poor Kiki
Give
had
him
to
a
like
medal.
unzip me every time, and it was
yeah, there are certain lines in my contract, like I'll help you get into the outfit. I ain't getting you out.
You know, that's all
Rodney,
you.
this shows that Rodney paid attention to Stephanie Doo's rule of costumes, like that she was raised better than to say anything bad about her costumes.
Mhm.
Because back in the Randy time and back in the Linda Bates time, if you said something bad about your costume, you bet your butt Linda Bates would say fine, and you would be in a potato sack. Yeah. Or Glenda Cole. Ask Blake Petty about Glenda Cole. The
Oh,
costumers
I can't wait.
you do not speak poorly of the things that you were given, or you would pay for it.
Don't misunderstand me.
Oh, it's misunderstood already. It's
The
too late.
costume was
Yeah, it's
brilliant.
happened.
I just
Uh-huh.
didn't
Too
wear
late.
it well.
I mean, is there anything you wear well?
Oh my God, Rodney, you're gonna have
Light the match. That's a diva burn.
Diva burn.
You got it.
All right, come on, Mike. We got another question to get to.
Oh my God.
I swear. All right, I'm
This
taking.
guy.
I'm
For him. How
Filling
convenient
Mike's show.
for him.
All right. It says, "What did you learn from each of the dads while working with them?"
Ooh. That's a very good question. What did I learn from you guys?
Yeah, it could easily be nothing.
I didn't learn a single thing from them. Rodney, I learned to enjoy life's moments that bring you joy. So to enjoy the small moments, like I mentioned earlier, those small moments on stage that I enjoyed. One of those was with Rodney whenever we would do our very awkward dance together.
How many times did y'all have to practice that?
To truly enjoy every single moment that you are on stage and the people that you interact with was something that I learned from Rodney. From Dana, what did I learn from Dana?
Precisely.
What did I learn from Dana?
Don't have a stroke on stage.
Probably oh gee. You're putting me on the spot here. I should have looked at the outline.
It's okay if the answer is nothing.
Do you know what I learned from
It's
Dana?
not something. Yeah.
Relax.
That's a good one. Yes. Okay. I'm piggybacking off of Adrian is to relax, because I know that there were a lot of moments on stage with Dana and I where either I would be too much in my head or Dana would be too much in his head. And so just being able to let all of that go and to just let things happen as they happen, because you can't control everything that happens on stage or off stage or anything like that. So there's no need to worry about it or stress about it.
A live YouTube stream.
Yeah, and life is just like that. It just keeps going. It does not matter if you're on board with it or not. So Mike is connecting to the audio. So
Just ignore him, Reiley. He does this every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
wonderful. So Mike, what did I learn from Mike?
Who not to purchase internet from?
Mike, who's your Wi-Fi provider? I just want to ask real quick.
Suddenlink.
Yeah, I thought so.
I have Suddenlink too.
So do I.
So do I.
Yeah, but yours is crap tonight too, Rodney.
Oh.
Fair.
What did I learn from Mike? Here is the moment of truth. I am stalling so that I can think of something.
That's a burn. That's fantastic.
It's probably something with how to just sit there and look pretty.
I know, right? There's
Look at it.
always something to be earned by just sitting there and looking pretty.
How little effort you actually had to make.
Right. Probably from Mike to just carry kindness with you always. You know, Mike is always very. I've never known Mike to say a stern word to anybody or to get. I don't listen. I'm speaking purely on my experiences with Mike on stage and off stage. This is just between Mike. The rest of you are irrelevant except for Adrian. The other two dads are. But with Mike, you know, he's always very kind. He's always very courteous to people that he interacts with. You know, he's always opening doors or things like that. A true gentleman in his My Fair Lady character. And he carries that very well with him outside of that. So probably to just carry kindness with you always, and to have terrible internet access. So those two things, I think.
I think it's my question.
Yep.
All right. See, look at that. Picked right back up. Okay. Reiley, Terry Dobson wants to know, to what roles do you feel the most attached?
Most attached. Well, number one would probably have to be Sophie, just because I have been cast in a lot of shows throughout middle school and high school and in my time in college and everything like that. And Sophie was the first one that was that I was cast in the lead role. And so I hold that very close to my heart anyway, just because it is such an honor to have the director's opinion that that is the role that I fit in personally, and to be able to have that, you know, responsibility and everything. So that is the number one role that I think I carry the most closest to my heart. Another role that I carry close to my heart is, this may sound silly, but my role as the napkin in Beauty and the Beast. I carry that very close to my heart because Beauty and the Beast is a show that got me started in theater, and the one at TTC is the one that introduced me to everyone and made me truly realize the power and the love that you can have for people on stage with you, and the message that you're putting out to the audience and everything. And I really would not trade anything for my experience with TTC. So having that role be the one that I started in, I was very nervous because I didn't know anybody and I didn't know what I was doing really. But yeah, so I hold that role very, very close to my heart. Plus I got to be the bookkeeper's wife to Corey.
Oh my God.
And having one of our first interactions be Adrian telling me, okay, so you're his wife and you're just going to give him a little kiss on the cheek. And I was like, do I really kiss him on the cheek? Do I not kiss him on the cheek? Do I kiss him on the cheek fully? Should I hug him? Should I tell him to have a nice day. Like, I was constantly in my head, I was like, I have to be the best wife ever for this man. I have to, even though he's, selling books off to other women. Yeah.
Side note, Corey owes me a video for Rain on Me.
Corey, get your in.
Also, your name came up this weekend because do you know who I had lunch with?
Who did you have lunch with?
Aida Correa. And
No.
yeah, and so this is what happens because she moved to Houston.
Yeah.
She'll come into town every once in a while and we'll like meet for lunch, but that lunch turns into, well, we're gonna have lunch here, but then we're gonna go have drinks here.
Right.
Dinner.
It's a day.
It's a day. But yeah, we were talking about Beauty and the Beast and just what a champ you were, because you were throwing a lot of intense choreography
We
the
were.
night. And
Yes.
I love it.
It was a lot for my first, because that was the first show that I had done outside of high school. And so going from like high school musical choreography to Ellen choreography and having that was a ginormous leap. And so I remember, especially, being in the ensemble and everything during Be Our Guest and all of that, every single group was doing something different and you had to come in at a very, very specific time and you had to be doing it was all so much. And I felt like I was going to have my legs fall off from the can't.
That's what Jason said too.
So Catherine Thomas just said, I still have PTSD about Gaston rehearsal.
Those cups, I have never in my life experienced fear from holding a cup until I met that scene. And that scene threw me through a loop. And I never want to clink. I never want to cheers anyone cup to cup ever again. I don't want to hear the sound ever.
Well, poor Catherine unceremoniously just became the dance captain for that number too.
She's a teacher.
Yes, so that's another reason why she probably has PTSD. But one of the things I remember about that dance rehearsal, because that was the number that you guys worked for weeks, and we just thought that, oh no, it's never going to happen. And then overnight, like magic happened. Everything worked. It was fine. But every time y'all clinked, literally the mugs that you guys used were the same mugs that we used in Beauty and the Beast in like 2003. They're that old and they had been painted that long ago. And so every time y'all clinked, there were little specks of silver spray paint
There
that
were.
would sour
Remember that?
the stage.
It was like, we were like, I think I could even probably still do part of it.
I believe
All
you.
I know is that it was away and then across.
Well, we have a video
Yeah.
because you guys got to do it at Lake Walk.
I don't think I would ever want to do that ever again. I'm going to be honest. It was fun while it lasted, and then it lasted, and then it ended, and it was good.
The video exists somewhere, but it was pretty iconic. Andrew Armstrong played LeFou.
He was amazing.
Amazing.
He was.
What's just so we can get it in, just get the Pearly moment in. Was Paul in there? Was Paul in that show? Because I would imagine that he would just be having conniption fits if there was silver paint all over the floor. It's like glitter,
Yeah, Paul was in that show, and Paul was the band.
All right. So now that we've said his name, so the full Pearly moment for the evening. So one of the numbers that we're doing in Rain on Me is a number from Beauty and the Beast. Actually, we have two numbers for Beauty and the Beast, but one of them features Paul and also Blake Petty, who was the Beast when the first time we did Beauty and the Beast years ago. I don't know if it was 2003. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's old.
10 years ago.
That's fine. He's your age, Rodney.
I know.
Okay, so I didn't think that I had to give these two adult men instructions on what to wear for the song that they were singing. So Blake shows up from work dressed in a nice button up, tucked in. He's wearing slacks and he's wearing a coat. Paul shows up in like wrinkled khakis, a t-shirt, and a flannel. And I said, actually, I didn't even say anything. It might have even been Carrie that made the first comment. And Paul was like, I don't know what else was to wear. And so the solution was we went and found cloaks so that they both look somewhat similar, but Paul. using his head.
Oh, Paul.
I ran the Pearly moment graphic because, you know,
Yeah.
you got
It's
to.
your job.
It's my job. It's my job.
And it's your question.
What was your favorite thing about working with Rob Gretta?
Oh.
Wow. We get some tea spilled.
No, I grew so, I don't know what it was. His presence is in capturing. I don't, is that a word? In capturing?
You just made it one if it's not.
I
So-
just made it one. So Webster, hit me up for my royalties in capturing. No, but his
Encapsulated, I believe is what you would probably
is what?
encapsulated.
Encapsulated, yes. That sounds nice. That's a nice word. His entire presence, the way that he carries himself, from the beginning, from auditions even, I was like, oh my goodness. He really captures the whole room, and all of your attention is on him and all of your focus and everything. And so being able to work with him was incredible, and he is so sweet. And I would constantly be sorry, Rob, I would constantly be going to him with notes and being like, was that song okay? Do you want me to do it a little different? Like, was there
Don't
any...
apologize. That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So but I felt like I was being so overwhelming towards him in that aspect. So that's good that you say that, because in my mind I was like, you're being a lot right now. You need to take a step back. But no, Rob was incredible and such a joy to work with. And I even remember when we had the little like soiree going away when Rob was like, okay, I'm gonna be going back now and all that stuff. I bawled. I sobbed. I was not okay. I was like, I don't know how to be Sophie without you. And he was like, no, I'm not
That was-
Sophie. You're Sophie. So you're
Pearly
good.
party, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had that, if you recall, there was the Carnies, which is, for those of you outside
I
of
actually
the
just
BCS
got
area.
memory of that the other day.
We had a little Carnies gathering. Rob and several of us. Rodney was there. Mike, were you there? I don't recall.
Mike
Yeah.
was there. No,
Yeah, I
Mike.
was there.
No,
Yeah,
I have a
remember
snapshot
that's when he told me
of Mike himself.
That's right. And Reiley was there. And
Yeah.
I remember at one point, I don't even, you're drinking. It's Carnies. It's a bar. But I remember kind of panning over to Reiley, and she's just like this is her face for real. Like just hanging on to every word that he's saying with his experience and direction. Of course, Rodney had the same look a couple times as well. But, I did too. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, that was a great evening to get kind of out of the scope of the show and just kind of capture what he had to give us. And I think all of us benefited greatly from that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rob, man. Episode 14. Look it up. Rob Gretta. I don't know why I said 14. I hope it's 14.
Well,
Just a random number.
He said 59.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Reiley. Can you tell us a little bit about your appearance in Rain on Me?
My appearance in Rain on Me?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so if you don't know, Rain on Me, if you're just tuning in to our show today, Rain on Me is a TTC exclusive event. It is a concert that is put on by a lot of TTC alumni. We are performing very magical numbers for you to watch from the very own comfort of your home. You can just chillax in your PJs, lay on the couch, drink a lusty lady if you feel so inclined. All of that. My appearance in it is I am singing a number with the amazing and fabulous Shane Dawson. Dawson? Right? No, Shane. What is Shane's last name?
Duckett.
Okay.
The amazing
Shane Dawson.
Shane something.
With the amazing Shane. I
Is
know
his name?
tag him appropriately. Shane, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. Please don't hold it against me. You are still the Prince Charming of my heart, even though you left me. So I'm singing a wonderful number with Shane, and then I also get to interact with the beautiful and enchanting Madeline McClevish. She is wonderful. She is ethereal. She is beauty. She is grace. So yeah, I dust off my glass slippers. I do a little singy song from Cinderella. So you guys should get tickets and all of that jazz.
So I edited your video the other day.
I love that.
It is freaking hilarious. If I do say so myself, y'all, sometimes I'm real funny. And also, Diva Point, so when we filmed Lauren Moore's, no, give it to me. I will take 5, because when we did Lauren Moore's video, she said, because I told her I was going to be editing her video and making the transition really cool between her, like, because we use a costume so she transforms into her dress. And she says, oh, do I get to have snow? And I thought, oh my God, now I have to deliver snow because she asked for it. So there's not snow.
No, give Lauren snow.
I made magic. Like, I literally made magic.
I love that.
And it's not great, but it took me forever to figure out, and I was aimlessly doing this, but Ryder was super impressed. So my job.
Well, I mean,
so precious.
Yep.
Props, Adrian. Props. I can't wait to see it.
The editing process is like tedious and brief. Just kidding. Shakespeare joke that you guys won't get. But
yeah, I don't know who's Shakespeare.
Wow.
I was referring to the dads. I have full confidence in you, Reiley. But yeah, the editing process has been hilarious because we put in more group numbers this time, which I think is going to be really exciting for the show, but for my brain, it hurts. Rodney, I didn't show you last night your number with Christina. You would not believe the links that she went to, and it's great. Great. That's how I want.
I'm so excited to see it. I really just wanted her to wear that super awesome outfit that she teased on. I don't know if it was Messenger, if she actually put it on Facebook, but I just wanted her to do that. But if she's going to go all out, then bring it. That's awesome.
She wore about 5 different costumes.
Sweet.
And it's pretty great. It's pretty fabulous.
I love that.
All right. So we're going to wrap up this portion, and we're going to go to our not always segment, but sometimes Dear Daddy. Reiley, do you have any questions for your fatherly figures that are not actually your fathers?
My father figures. So I did put a lot of thought into these. And by put a lot of thought, I do mean Google questions to ask your father. So let's get started, shall we? Number 1, how cool or not cool were you in high school?
Ooh. Wow.
I'll just jump right in. I mean,
you don't have to lie.
I'll be honest. I actually started high school at a brand new school so I could make myself. And I was
sounds problematic.
Homecoming, prom, like all that, yeah.
So what happened?
And wait,
what happened? I left that town of 700 people and went to Austin, and it was over because I was no longer in a town of 700 people.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to ask how many people were in your high school.
You know what?
He's like, there was a cool 50.
I was the most popular person of the 3 people in my senior class.
We had 25, so stop it.
So,
everybody knew my name.
Right. Yeah, I swear to God, dude.
I'm done with you.
Did y'all all like follow each other to the different classes? And the teachers they only came for that. They came for that class, and then they went back to the farm.
The only time that I can recall that I had different classes was my senior year, and that's because I took biology 2 instead of chemistry 2. So that was
Explains a lot.
It was.
That seems like a lot. Did you do well in those?
What?
Did you do well in those?
Ish. Classes? I mean, I was in the top 50% of my class.
Wow.
You beat out 12 and a half other people.
I was in the top 50.
I was terrible in high
very
school.
proud of you. No,
Let's
but
just move on because that was
No.
terrible. But yes,
Right.
I was somebody because I created somebody. Which
There was no one else.
what
I get loose.
are you talking? What?
What? Rodney, what were you like in high school?
I was a church kid.
Oh,
Oh, did we hurt Dana's feelings?
He left. He's like, I don't want to be on camera anymore.
I don't want to show my face anymore.
I'm crying.
I'm
Don't everybody
crying.
see about my merchandise or wherever he went. So I was a church kid. I was an athlete.
Mhm.
I was on the football team. I wouldn't say that I was very good at the football team, but I was on it.
Did you play?
I was an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman sometimes,
I have no
but-
idea what that means.
but most of the time I sat on the bench and I cheered really hard.
I love that for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had friends. I don't know if I was the super cool kids, but yeah, I was all right. I did all right. Did all right with the ladies.
Oh,
All right, Mike.
all right. My
Let's see. I was definitely sports, basketball, baseball. I had bleach blonde hair in high school. They called me, I forget his name from Dawson's Creek. Pacey.
You were the Pacey?
Whatever his name was.
blonde hair.
Oh my God, you're Pacey. This makes so much sense.
I don't know. I don't remember his name, but the guy that had
Joshua Jackson, Pacey.
yes. I looked exactly like him in high school. I could send you a picture.
Please send me pictures. I mean, please send the group pictures.
No.
Send them to Avery.
So yeah, that's about it. And yeah.
Wow.
I was actually, I was pretty popular. But Dana, I was actually in high school in Austin. So
Oh,
Wait, what high school?
5A, Del Valley actually was 4A.
Yeah, it was for a back when you were there.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just gonna. This doesn't apply to me, but I'm gonna answer anyway. So in high school, I was just like too busy. So I did dance team for like 4 straight years, and I was kind of a nerd, and I was like not cool, but like I had my girls, and like we were nerds, but also I went to a college prep school, so like everybody was a nerd.
Mhm.
But what's funny is that after the fact, looking back and knowing people now in high school, I realized, oh my God, I was not cool at all, because at our 10-year reunion, because I'm very old, they were all talking about, oh, such and such party and all this happened. I was like, I was not invited to any of these things. Like I did not participate in all the shenanigans that I learned about much later in high school, which I guess is a good thing.
10-year reunion. Oh.
Are you at 30?
What?
What?
I don't go to reunions, so whatever. Sorry.
You go to anything?
No.
Oh.
Okay, that was a great question. Reiley, do you have another question for Dear Daddy, or are you ready to have some questions directed at you as a beautiful young person?
You know what? Let's just have. I'm literally looking at a Google document right now, so we can just have the questions passed on to me.
Okay, so we are going to go on to a brand new section that was meant to start last week with Kelsey Coleman. So Kelsey, who is going to be our guest next week, we will have some very special questions for you because we're excited to have you. This is called Dear Young Person. Oh my God, Rodney. All right, dear.
Okay. I got a question for you young people.
I am terrified.
Okay. Why
Yes.
are children so affected by the phases of the moon? I swear, whenever the moon is full at school, these kids are crazy. So why are you so affected by the phases of the moon?
I don't even know what's happening.
Inquiring minds need to know this.
I don't
How much are you gonna have to edit that audio?
know how to react at all.
You want a real answer or a sarcastic young person answer?
Yeah. What's the kind of answer you want?
What's the truth?
The truth?
Okay, so sarcastic young person, this is your chance.
You've got
Okay.
crazy eyes, Rod.
The moon is big, right? And it pulls the waves in the ocean, right? So it has, since the world,
Yeah.
which is a circle, in case you were not aware.
No, it's flat.
No. Circle. It's a circle. It's a circle.
That's not what my textbooks say.
Right.
Okay, well, Facebook bans people like you, so I will kick you off.
Can't wait to
Okay.
So
Continue.
since the world is covered in like 70% of water or something like that, 70% of water, the way that the water moves has a great effect on the rest of the world as it controls everything else that is going on around the world, right? So young people are very, very interested in knowing the phases of the moon because they want to know, hey, is today going to be a day that I'm feeling very pulled, very drawn to something in particular? Am I going to feel very reclusive, very, very drawn back? Am I going to feel like myself? Is any of this making sense to you? Are you grasping any of this concept?
There's a few
I feel
apps.
like you're making up all this crap.
Right.
And you should just behave whenever the moon is full, or if it's a crescent waning or whatever. Just behave.
I like the fact that you know the phases of the moon, though.
Well, yes, I went to school.
I don't think he understands what crescent means as opposed to waning, but that's a different thing.
That's another week. I'll come back for another week.
Rodney, there's a
Let's-
few apps I could recommend for you, Mr. Bettis, so that you could learn the phases of the moon. Because not only does it affect children, but like if you want to talk about how the moon cycles affect women's cycles, we could talk about that if you want us to go into it.
So I'd rather just jump right
next
into
question, please.
Bear in the Big Blue House and Singing with the Moon.
Bear in the Big Blue House.
That would be fantastic, and just stop whatever's happening right now. So
Oh gosh. All right, next question for dear young person.
All right, dear young person, and sincerely, I mean this is not a joke.
Oh,
Can you explain why sliding into someone's DM is so wrong? I just can't seem to keep up with today's hip speech.
oh my!
I'm sorry. Did you say sliding into someone's DMs is
So-
wrong?
On Kate Mitchell's episode,
Episode
Mike-
16.
oh my God, no one cares. Mike referenced the fact that like, oh, just DM me, blah 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 blah. But Kate and I had to bring up to him that sliding into someone's DMs is not
It's very
something.
serious. No, it's not what you think it is. Yeah.
So can you explain that to him?
And I explained that to Mike. So typically when you are interested in someone, you know, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, any social media site, you're interested in them. You're like, I want to get to know this person more. I want them to know that I want to pursue them, as you old folks would say.
Pursue /
Pursue. You would slide in there into their DMs, which means if you're on Twitter, you know, you'll send them a private message. Facebook, send them a private message. Snapchat is a little different. Usually people will slide into your DMs from a story posting that you make. So let's say I make a story post about what breakfast I'm eating. Someone is interested in me. They want to know what else I like to eat for breakfast. They will slide up on my Snapchat story. They will be like, hey, what else do you like to eat for breakfast?
Translation.
Are you down to get breakfast?
Dobby.
So what she's saying, like, is that as a happily married man,
Mhm.
sliding into the DMs is not something
It's
we.
not an option for you.
100%.
So I should text message.
You should not be sliding into anyone's DMs.
Texting is fine. Sexting is not, unless it's your wife.
There you go. There you go.
In my day, all marriages were arranged, and you had to.
Right.
There was the courting, and you sat on one side of the carriage and the other side of the carriage, and there was the no pitter patter.
How old are you?
Rodney,
Old.
how are those chastity belts holding up all these years after?
Well, I don't have to wear mine anymore because I'm married. Hello.
I'm very sorry for your wife.
You, young lady, should have yours on.
Oh, okay, good. This is a great segue to Dana's question.
There
I
you go.
don't need a dating profile, but if I did, what suggestions would you have for me?
For you?
Really? That's the fracking question?
If I were to create, okay, hold on.
It's your
Thank you,
question,
Dobby.
Dana.
If I were to create a dating profile, if I were to create a dating profile for Dana, it would look like this. The example is from, we'll just use a basic sample from like Tinder or something. Okay, so name, Dana. Age, doesn't matter. Interests,
Ariel.
singing. Oh, no, we don't mention that until the third at least. So,
Sea life.
singing, musical,
See, like.
IT. Bio. Just a cool, hip guy looking for someone a little on the wild side
With no legs.
with no legs. Preferably. Father is Poseidon, is Ariel. I'm looking for Ariel.
Potential
Okay.
hoarder.
There we go. Is looking for someone who is willing to sell their voice to a sea demon in order to fall in love with me. There we go. That's your dating
Insert
profile.
pescatarian.
Pescatarian. I don't eat fish. Don't worry.
Lies.
Wow.
There we go. No, that's exactly
Ye-
what it would look like.
Mike,
Do
your
you-
turn.
Oh, mine.
It's actually my turn, but
Sorry, I get your.
I was wondering if does Ariel eat flounder
No.
or lobster,
No.
She's Eric.
shrimp?
No, she's a vegetarian.
Dana,
What?
this is a PG. This is a PG show, sir.
Rodney
All right.
seems to say it.
She doesn't
Okay.
eat meat.
So Reiley, I'm gonna take off my old man hat because
Oh,
this
I'm
is
worried now.
This is an important question.
Oh.
Could you please explain what quality TikTok content is to Mike Kilgore, please?
Oh, quality content to Mike Kilgore. Oh, okay. So I'm confused because do you want me to explain to him what it is based on TikTok algorithms? Do you want me to explain what it is to him based on his personal TikTok?
Give
Yes,
him advice
his-
on his personal TikTok.
His personal TikTok needs advice.
Like, what kind of TikToks do you like? First off, that's where we should start.
Pretty much just TikToks that are focused on me.
Oh, God.
That does not make any sense, but all right, continue.
Terrible.
I don't know. I've done a couple of voiceover TikToks. Gosh, I did a couple dance ones. Actually, one with Adrian at the theater. We did a dance TikTok to some popular TikTok dance
Right.
thingy.
Right.
I've done a baking one. I did my own Phantom of the Opera one.
I love
Yeah.
Okay, so what you would want to do for you personally is you would want to look at the kind of a big thing is hashtags that you post in your TikToks when you post them. So for your TikToks, if you're posting a baking TikTok, you'd want to put hashtags that resemble baking TikTok, how to bake, etc., etc. you want to cater to that audience specifically. You want to put as much attention to that TikTok as possible. TikTok is a very competitive field right now, so don't worry. Don't get discouraged if you're not doing well. It's okay.
I've got some good stuff out there, so I mean, I'm yeah.
3 likes.
Really?
Is a feat.
Really?
It really is a feat. Speaking of, Mike, what is your TikTok, real quick, just so I can look at your content?
What is my TikTok? Oh, it's
Diva Talk 007. It's real lame.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's Diva Talk 007. A little bit of diva and well.
Okay, so
a bit of gone.
the first advice I would give you is to change your name. That's the first advice.
He just did.
You just changed it to Diva Talk 707.
007.
007.
It's terrible.
Taken, not stirred.
Okay.
Reiley, did you see?
Very.
So we've been doing little promotional TikToks for the
Right.
random. Did you see Rodney's official and then like unofficial one?
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
No, she didn't. She
Yeah.
didn't see it.
So with TikToks, it's really all about going with the algorithm. You have to make sure that you have like For You page in there for you, using popular because sounds are always changing.
You know, that's one of the things that he did really well at the beginning. But the best thing about it, he would use all the popular sounds. He would jump on the trends. But anytime he did a video, it would have nothing to do with the sound. So he would take the sound of the trend, but then completely ignore the trend.
See, that's what you can't do. You can't do that. That's like the opposite of what a trend is. So don't do that.
We're gonna go to our last question for Dear Young Person.
Okay.
So a little background on this is so the dads and I have recreated this thing, and we have some loyal followers. Like we love us some Linda Bendixson, some David Manuel, Jennifer Reiley, obviously.
Right.
Okay, good. They're talking some. This is great. We have our very loyal followers, but these dudes are determined to be in with the cool kids. Not to be well liked amongst their young peers.
Use words like that slaps.
No, dude.
No,
You're really trying your best, and I appreciate
that. Felt awkward as I stated it. So
yeah, actually, this is part of the problem.
Good.
Can you give the dads any advice on how to appeal to the youths of the theater company, to this younger generation that you are a part of?
Ooh, to appeal to them.
What are we missing? What would make us appeal? What would make people smash that subscribe button?
I think honestly, like I know that it's kind of difficult to do because you guys do a live showing. So this kind of isn't really applicable. But
are you about to give us some tea?
Some tea?
Just let her answer.
I'm sorry, shut up. Go.
Wow.
But a lot of people that are very prominent on YouTube use a lot of editing skills. So they use like soundboards and things like that, incorporating that into your shows, I really like, Rodney's segment where it is the cocktail. I think that's a very good idea because it does apply to younger people.
Alcohol, good. Okay, more alcohol. Got it.
More alcohol for sure. I think what a good thing. If you were to do a TikTok trend of the week, maybe just add that in. Yeah, there you go. Just add a little TikTok trend of the week that you liked.
So, what you're saying is that all three of them should attempt the WAP dance.
Yes, 100%.
No.
If you were to attempt the WAP dance, I would create 1 million accounts to subscribe to you.
So Mike is in, Rodney's in, Dana is apparently old.
I don't think Dana's knees could handle it, honestly, at his age. Maybe if we schedule, do I need to call your doctor, your orthopedic surgeon, to get that issue taken care of?
Diva Bird. In the number that he's in Rain on Me, when he has to take a knee, you can hear the Yeah.
Dobby, you are
Okay, but-
cruising. Seriously?
I'm sorry. Did it not happen? Did it happen?
Of course it happened, but you're not supposed to say.
It's
Yeah.
going to be seen by the, however many handful of people who have purchased tickets. So
Right. It's gonna be there. Hopefully, Adrian turned the volume down enough just at that part so that we don't hear you.
Oh, no. We turn that stuff up. We embrace our big mistakes. We embrace it.
I'm a glow stick. Like, it cracks like nuts. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The best part, Dana, of your number is that the one that we used is the only time that I think Roger made a mistake.
Oh, well, that makes me feel better because Roger is perfection. I love Roger.
Yes.
Time
Roger
he didn't make a mistake.
It's true.
All right.
Yeah, if we're gonna be talking about perfection and not talking about me, let's move on. All right, it is time for Jennifer Reilly's fun fact of the week. It's been like 3 weeks since we've heard this.
No,
So-
it hasn't. It's been
I
2.
love fun facts.
We'll play it. Let's do this.
I'm not playing it. Adrian's
you-
playing it.
Oh, I am. Sorry, my dad is offering feedback.
I love that.
Of course.
I'm glad that he's contributing to the show.
First, my mother had to say, Dana, she didn't appreciate your comment from the pre-show because she is the only one allowed to give me grief. So there's that. But he also says, do you realize that Rodney is at least double the volume as everyone else? Sounds really bad.
It's
Well-
probably because I keep shouting into the mic.
Here we go, y'all.
Hi there, Diva Dads. I hope you all are having a good week. This is Jen Reiley here with your fun fact. This is going to be a pretty quick one, but in the entire state of Wyoming, there are only 2 sets of escalators. Yep. They're both in banks, I think is what it said. Yep, they're both in banks. So, yeah, that's something that is a little hard to wrap my mind around, but figured it'd be a fun, weird fact for the day. I hope that you all are doing well, and I look forward to this week's episode. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Awesome.
Weird.
Nice.
It's really funny, but it's weird.
There's only 2 escalators in the entire state of South Dakota.
No, Wyoming. And I can attest to looking for jobs and homes in Wyoming. There's not a lot there.
They have 2. Do you realize they have 2 senators? There's probably only like 7 people in that whole state.
No, there's that and wind.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
This
It's
not how you
beautiful,
appeal
but
to
I-
young people.
All right.
I'm not even sure
So,
that
I-
really exists.
We're moving into Dads After Dark. So thank you all for tuning in. Reiley May,
Reiley.
you were fantastic. Oh, sorry.
Riley, do you have any parting comments for the dads before we wrap this episode up? Our season 2 premiere.
Ooh, season 2 premiere. Dana, next time you're on stage, make sure you don't have a stroke. Make sure you know all of your lines
Oh my
that are
God.
coming. Rodney, keep up the amazing dance moves. Mike, your looks won't carry you everywhere, but they will carry you pretty far. So you do what you're doing. That's my parting with them. With all of you.
Riley, you're perfect.
Best guest ever.
Missed your face.
I missed yours.
Great episode. Thank you, Reiley May. We're moving to Dads After Dark. If you're a follower on Facebook, you will see the post of the Zoom, so you can join us. We'll also be broadcasting to YouTube. Love you guys. Thank you. Y'all have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you.
You know the Diva Dads, they got the